Welcome to Faith in the Age of Knowledge, Episode 10, Science as Ideology. Today on Historical Veracity, we delve into the complex interplay between science and ideology. Science, in theory, is a repository of data responding to abstract definitions. In practice, it is shaped by certain bodies, notably academia, which itself is an organic system. An academic institution must originate from another academic institution, with recognition and staff accreditation stemming from existing academic establishments. Despite the apparent diversity, we're essentially looking at entities created from one another, preaching a fixed worldview within defined scientific boundaries. From a young age, scientific education employs the legends of saints like Galileo, Madame Curie, and Giordano Bruno. Long before opposing religion as obligatory or foundational, science resists changes in convention and accepted norms. The success of technological applications and the exaggerated faith in science's capabilities have instilled a belief in humanity that science can explain everything, rendering anything outside of it at least redundant. This perspective replaced theological dogma with a natural science theology. In 1959, Arthur Koestler's book on the birth of modern science highlighted a new era in the history of science writing. It revealed that the empirical philosophy of science, which posits that science advances by disproving the incorrect, no longer fits the historical narrative. Instead of striving to disprove, scientists often seek to validate their theories, systematically ignoring contradictions. The reluctance towards scientific progress often comes more from the scientific establishment itself than from external institutions like the Church. The image of science as a rational, advancing empirical endeavor quickly becomes blurred. Historically, revolutionary scientific theories have encountered hostility from those preferring existing thought patterns. This resistance, or scientific orthodoxy, even among the greatest scientific revolutionaries, suggests an inherent human tendency towards thought inertia. This situation did not arise by chance. Science is trapped as it attempts to represent the known world as a closed, perfect system. Discoveries are a controlled process of breaking and then hastily resealing this system, inherently opposing boundary breaking unless accompanied by an explanation that allows for a swift closure. The formulation of scientific theories often begins with a fraction of the facts needing explanation. Historical research shows that no scientific theory, from Aristotle to Einstein, has fully accounted for all the facts it aimed to explain. Scientists must sometimes ignore contradicting facts to advance their theories, a rational action under such conditions. Dr. Immanuel Velikovsky's experiences highlight how academic communities respond to alternative theories, often with non-scientific outrage when unable to disprove the work on factual grounds, leading to efforts to suppress such works through institutional power. David Hume's skepticism cost him a professorship at the University of Edinburgh, demonstrating the academic world's long-standing discomfort with dissenting views, despite professed commitments to freedom of thought. These examples underline the academic intervention in research content and direction. Those in charge of academic systems know well that research can be presented in any field to support nearly any view or agenda with impressive data and graphs. It's essential for educational staff at higher education institutions to guide their students towards what they consider to be the truth. Johann Beringer's 18th century discovery of fossils shaped like Hebrew letters and the Tazadeh tribe's exposure as a hoax reveal how findings that fit the prevailing ideologies are seldom questioned. Meanwhile, theories seen as implausible, like the Bible's letter spacing theory or Wilhelm Shapira's Dead Sea Scrolls, are quickly dismissed without serious consideration. These narratives show how data interpretation and understanding are shaped by accepted assumptions. If the foundational hypotheses were slightly different, interpretations and classifications could have easily adapted, showing that academic guidance is deemed necessary for science to flow correctly. The phenomenon of scientism suggests that science is the ultimate path to a correct and truthful understanding of everything. This belief in science's objectivity and impartiality, despite evidence of confirmation bias and ideological influence, raises significant questions about the nature of knowledge and progress in the age of knowledge. Thank you for joining us on Historical Veracity. Stay tuned for more episodes that challenge our understanding of science, faith, and the ideologies that shape our world.